Well, good morning. Another wonderful Saturday. Out for just a day hike. I'll get back to somebody coming at me. Anyway, Saturday the 21st of October. I'd hoped to be on up in PA, but the weather wasn't looking right, so I pushed it off. We'll do it next weekend. Got a section to do up there, about 20 miles, maybe a little more. Today, just a 7, maybe and a half mile hike. Milan Gap in Shenandoah National Park. And we're doing Laurel, Prong, Rapidan Camp, Jones Mountain Trail. Takes us around in a loop. The view of the day, as I understand it, will be up at Hazeltop, which I've been to before when I did the AT section. But always cool to go back to another spot that you enjoyed. So there you have it. The leaves are turning, no question about it. I haven't fallen much on the ground this morning, yet. Well, it's a pretty drive on Skyline coming in, but on the overlooks and whatnot, you really don't get too much in the way of color. A little bit. A couple more weeks, I'm sure it'll be peak. So anyway, there you have it. Let's switch this thing around. Go. This is a little bit of what we got this morning. So as I was saying, yeah, it's about 7.5 mile hike today. Going real light. Temperature about 45, between 40 and 45. So it's not bad. Breezy. It's a blustery day, as they say. But blustery or not, it's a beautiful day to be out. As you can see, there is some sunlight, but it's a partly cloudy day according to the weatherman, who had previously said we're going to get rain. So there you go. All right, enough of my jibber jabbering. We'll show you the views as we move along, things of interest. In the meantime, it's time to do a little exercise, stretch these legs, get ready for next week. All right. Well, we've been in a drought and still are. Looks like Virginia's faring much better than PA was. We actually have running water. Unbelievable. We have had a couple of rains in the last couple of weeks, but I mean, nothing to really brag about. But it's good to see that there is water. Maybe that's a sign for next week. Maybe in PA I'll have some. Because it was right dry in PA. So, and there's the trail ahead of us. So one of the other things about the trail and the seasons, I must admit, it's hard to decide which is the better of the two, spring or fall. Both of them have wonderful smells, pretty colors. Just, you can't put into words what it's like to be out in the woods in either of those seasons. Wintertime included, I'd have to say, because I don't mind cold. Doesn't bother me. I think my least favorite season is summer. And I think because it gets so darn hot and it's so easy to get dehydrated. Especially on those anything above 80 days. That's what I call them. Anything above 80. So it's just pretty. Having a moment in the fall. Let's flip around. It's been very easy going so far, and it's supposed to be. So let's not talk about it. Let's just listen to it and see it. Alright, so we come to our first intersection, more or less, and it's well marked. So if you're doing the loop trail, you'll see the two posts, the two markers. One's a horse trail. It takes you back to Sky Meadow, or Big Meadows, Big Meadows. And then if you hang to the right, that's the loop trail. As I said, very well marked. I know you don't see it here in any of the trees, but if you were to do an about face, there you go. You can see the blue blazes. The trail is blue blazed, at least until you get to the AT. And then of course it's white blazed. So there you have it. Intersection number 1 at about a mile in. Well, I'll be darned. Look at what I found. Very cool. Let's bring that in. Let's bring that out a little bit. There you go. So at some point, I believe it was back at the last intersection where I said the trail was blue blazed. Apparently it turned yellow blazed. I didn't realize that, but there you go. Rapidan Camp is where I'm at. Very cool. If you're ever down this way, you should check it out. You must see a lot of history here. So this is 5 tents, one big chimney. Apparently this is the site where it all began. This is the very first campsite before they started building Rapidan Camp. And this is the area where they had 5 tents, and then they turned it into a building with this big chimney. Of course, the building's no longer here. And then it's about a 200-yard walk back to the camp. Probably a little more so if you were going to the mess hall. I can just envision back in 1929, soldiers and Marines hiking down the trail in the morning, go get their grub or chow, however you want to call it, and working throughout the day, and then having to come hike back up here and to put down for the night. Very cool. And who knows, maybe they did 24/7 work, because they said that, I think the signage said that it was built quite quickly here. Well, a lot of Hoover's pockets apparently. So at least that's what the signs say. I'd have to fact check that one, but supposedly he was the first president to refuse a paycheck. So who knows? Anyway, I'm heading back to Rapidan Camp. This is a walk from 5 tents, and we get back on trail. Well, I guess the rest of this hike is going to be not as leisurely as it's been up to this point. I think I'm only like 2 miles in, but I've been really taking my time. Of course, taking some of the shots, videos, such like that. So, very cool place. If you ever get a chance, you come down, check it on out. Nice place to take a lunch break. I don't know if they allow you to camp here. Maybe so. Hard to say. I didn't see any signs saying no camping, so. And they have park staff and whatnot that actually stays in the buildings. So, well, there you have it. Moving on. All right. So, fairly easy still. No real hard climb yet. I don't know if I'm going to get one either. I mean, it looks like I got a little bit of one, but I know Hazeltop's up there, so third highest peak in the park. And yeah, we're doing a little climbing, but it's nothing too ridiculous. But it is looking pretty. Certainly. All right, get to the top. We'll show you some views, hopefully. All right. We've done the up and over thing. We're not over Hazeltop, but there's like 2 bumps. So the last bump I'm over was the first one. And I'm on my way to Hazeltop. I'm about probably a half mile from the AT. And then once I hit the AT, it's straight up to Hazeltop from there. So, as you can see, not much in the way of views. I mean, through the trees you can see stuff, but not spectacularly. had one spot where I could vaguely pick out what mountains I was looking at through Peak Finder, and that was cool. But yeah, Cat Knob, Bluff Mountain, those are the two prominent ones as you're walking along the side of this mountain, which I'm fairly certain is Hazeltop. But so, as I was saying, walking alongside of Hazeltop, and this is pretty much what it's been for like the last half mile once I hit the top of that rise. Yeah, and then once I hit the AT, it's another climb. So to get to the top of Hazeltop, that's a lot of tops. Not a bad day. I'm down to my t-shirt now. I'm guessing it to be about 50, maybe less. I mean, I started out, it was like just below 45. So nice little rocky area. Yeah, it didn't take long. Once I got down to Rapidan camp, I was down to a t-shirt. So, and of course, once I hit top of Hazeltop, I'll be back underneath clothes because I'll cool off right quick. Especially being that I've got a little bit of a sweat going. Nothing terrible, but enough. All right, moving along. As you can tell, maybe I've already been down here. Had to get that pack off and get back onto a shirt and the R1. Because I intend to have me a little sandwich here before I get on my way and finish this hike. And it's just a little bit breezy up here. There it is, folks. Viewpoint from Hazeltop. You can't beat it, it's a good one. I remember it vividly from my section hike through here. How's that for a view? It's a beautiful day. I know it doesn't sound like it, the wind is whipping pretty good. But trust me, it's a beautiful day. Zoom it in, or zoom out, however you want to call it. Zoom in, I guess. About 2.5 times. As you can tell, the colors are coming, but they ain't there yet. You can see some down below there. The reds and the oranges are starting to pop, but they're not well on their way yet. All right, folks, well, there you go. The view from Hazeltop. Well, here we go. Coming off of Hazeltop. This is going to be a nice, easy gown. I've been down this already once. So, that's pretty much our day today. Pretty much done with filming, I think. Maybe with a couple of lookouts, pull-offs along the way, on the way out the park. It was a good day. Nice hike. Not really quite sure how much in the way of mileage, but we'll figure that out once we get to the end, because we're not there yet. I'm guessing it's going to be about the 7.5, maybe a little bit more. But good way to get the legs in shape for next weekend. Why not, right? You get days like this, and you don't get many of them before old man winter really socks in. You got to take advantage of them. You really do. You're not sweating like no tomorrow. You're not dehydrated. You're not freezing to death. It's just perfect. Perfect temperatures and a perfect day. They said it was going to be cloudy. I still don't know where they're at. Sure, there were some big white puffy ones, or long puffy ones, but not cloudy like I know cloudy, where you can't see a darn thing. So there you have it. I'm going to get back to the car. And when I do, I'm going to do a quick sign off. Later. Yep, right over the trail. No question about it. Hornet's nest. Doesn't look too active. I don't see anything flying around it. Pretty cold, so doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I had a sign back there warning you. Maybe there's one on the other side. I'll get a picture of it. It's a little windy out today. All right, so we made it back. 7.5, according to Mr. Garmin. Legs say 8, but you know, what are you gonna do? Anyway, that's the end of the day. We'll see you next weekend somewhere in PA. Enjoy your day.